Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex Competitive back again today with a brand new video. In this episode of Rent a Girlfriend, I extremely enjoyed. These are the episodes that really, to me, make, the whole Rent a Girlfriend show different than the whole cliche, rom-com. Now, it doesn't go the same route of a snafu. It doesn't go the same route of a bunny girl senpai, per se. It does go more to this cliche route, but it attacks the cliches. It attacks the problems at hand. And it doesn't just kind of try to sweep them underneath the rug and or go around them, unless they're trying to do it in a very meta way. And when I say that, I'm referring to them doing that in a very self-aware way. I mean, for instance, we take a look at what's going on in this episode. Kazuya even mentioned throughout this whole situation, remember what you said, though? Like, this whole rent-a-girlfriend thing is really just to help develop me for a real-life relationship. And he attacks that. And I love how, Mizuharu even comes back with her own remark about it. But with that being said, let's actually dive into the content in which I'm discussing. This episode, we find out Ruka is a rental girlfriend too. And of course, I think we all kind of expected that. We all kind of felt like that's how she knew Chizuharu or Mizuharu is who Mizuharu is. And that really makes sense. She's with her own agency. She's probably looked up Mizuharu. Mizuharu even says that. And I really just kind of like the whole aspect of all this making sense and really kind of flowing pretty well. So we look at this episode, and Ruka basically says that she likes Kazuya. I mean, she even got rid of Curry by saying, I'm a rental girlfriend. I'm sorry. We're done with this whole thing. Right in front of, of course, Kazuya, in order to embarrass him and drive Curry away from Kazuya so she can move in. See what I'm saying here? Get out of the way and replace with herself. And she's doing that because she felt this crush on Kazuya. And of course, we see something going on here with that mechanism she's using, some kind of software, some kind of app. I think it was like a BPM meter, beats per minute. And of course, apparently, whenever she's around Kazuya, those beats per minute go up. She's loveless. She's love-struck, I guess, in a sense is the best way to put it. But whenever we discuss this, it's important because does she really like him? Does she really, truly have those feelings towards Kazuya? That's the question you have to ask. Of course, she can't have real, genuine feelings for Kazuya unless there's just something about him physically that she's attracted to. But here's the interesting thing. That's what we would think. But we even have her, discussing how the way in which, he associates with Mizuharu isn't normal. She's just a rental girlfriend. But she herself even had to double check as a rental girlfriend because their relationship was so believable. And that should speak volumes to what Mizuharu and Kazuya are. I mean, the whole sharing drink things, the whole just walking right inside of his apartment, how nonchalant and casual they are with one another demonstrates how close they are. And I don't know if some people caught that subtext once again. I mean, this was an episode that was supposed to attack the subtext that we've been getting, throughout these episodes. And it itself is, showcasing great subtext within this episode. But we see that, and what she's Ruka's referring to whenever she does state that, she's referring to the fact that Chizuharu isn't even acting like a rental girlfriend quite does. Drinking after him, sharing a drink with him, going to all these different rental girlfriend activities. On top of that, the way in which Mizuharu and Kazuya care for one another. They're very self-aware of when one's uncomfortable. The way they work together shows and or demonstrates they have great chemistry, while also showing how unique their relationship is for a rent-a-girlfriend and, I guess, boyfriend, per se. So that's really interesting. It really just kind of breaks down and not just shows that, and, people around them think that they're dating, and people they don't really know think that they're dating based off their remarks. Like, for instance, we go back to episode 5 when the people we don't get to see them, but the people in the distance, while the camera angle is on Kazuya and of course Mizuharu, they say, "Wait, is he really with her? No way! I can't believe they're dating." They even look like a couple. They don't look like a fake couple. They don't look like just friends. They don't walk like just friends. They don't necessarily even talk all the time like they're just friends. Hence, Mizuharu's remark whenever, Kazuya saved her, and he said, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, whenever she had the chance to escape his friends thinking that. They had chances. They've had opportunities. Not just Kazuya has messed this up, but even Mizuharu has added to this snowball. And that just keeps on rolling and getting bigger and bigger. And I think that's kind of what's going to be going on with Ruka and now Kazuya dating, quote unquote. So we take a look at that and we find out that, she's going to end up dating Kazuya, and this is a trial run. This is like, just Kazuya, give me a fair chance. Let's go on dates. Let's act like a couple, and let's see what you see in me. I'll show you how much I care for you. I will care for you the same way in which you care for her. And, Ruka even calls Kazuya out on that and saying, I know you like Mizuharu, because she knows, like, love makes you blind sometimes. Emotions can make you blind. Mizuharu, every time she gets called out on something or put in an odd situation that she even catches her own self in, because she is self-aware at times, instead of really kind of wondering why, she immediately gets a thought in her head and shuts it down. You see that. She's supposed to be a tsundere girl, but have you noticed how unsundere she can be at times? And I really do like what the show is doing with that. And of course, that's that persona slowly deteriorating because she's getting closer to Kazuya, getting more comfortable. And a lot of shows really kind of like to take that tsundere whole attitude over the top. They like to keep pushing it. They like to make them. They go beyond a tsundere and start to become mean. The girls just are typically mean, like straight up. It's almost just kind of like, wow, you're just not a nice person, period. You're not just someone with a bad attitude or bad-esque attitude. You are just a bad person. I think a lot of tsundere, characters get portrayed that way because they're too over the top, with it. You can't even have a real conversation at all with them, period. Their tsundere meters turned on 99. That's where I think Mizuharu is just turned on 60. I think there's plenty of times to where half the time she's acting a whole different way. This episode, for instance, she wasn't being a tsundere, and I like how they're portraying a girl. This is the perfect way to portray a girl with a bad attitude. That's still a great kind-hearted person for the tsundere kind of persona. I think this is the way you write a tsundere. I think this is over the top. I think it's balanced. I think it's realistic how she's becoming slowly something different. Not a tsundere, but a different kind of dure. I don't know all my dure names, so I can't say which one I'm referring to. But I know what's out there, and it's not Yandere because she's not crazy. But but she's becoming a better person. You see her becoming more comfortable. You seeing that tsundere slowly disappear and dissipate into really kind of straight up genuine person. And that's cool. That's cool to see her developing like that. So at the same time, though, you got to think about what Ruka's going to do for the story. Ruka is absolutely great for the story, and the reason why Ruka is actually great for the story is simply because she's going to push Mizuharu into a corner. Are you going to get jealous? Are those feelings that you've been kind of hiding and or ignoring and or forcing out of your mindset whenever you get called on something, whenever you catch yourself in a situation? Are they going to leak out now? Are they finally going to upset you, make you uncomfortable? Are they finally going to make you come to the realization that maybe that you feel a little bit more for Kazuya than you're even admitting? You talk about how comfortable you are with just letting the guy go and whatever, and dating other people and everything, and all that kind of stuff, but yet you are someone who is attracted to him. You're attracted to him. I'm not going to say in a romantic sense yet. I'm not going to say that, even though I believe it's most definitely there. But nonetheless, you're always catch yourself with him. It's like your destinies are intertwined. And whenever something like that becomes so casual, I think that's whenever there's something more there than meets the eye. So, but she's so high strung, of course, on her job. So, I mean, that demonstrates that. Maybe that's why, but also she has said that she couldn't quit the thing in what she's doing yet. Why can't you quit? Are you helping your grandma out with the bills? What's going on here? I'm really curious and just straight up interested. But at the same time, I think it's important here for us to remember as a viewer. Will this push Mizuharu to the edge? Will it not? Where will this go? But also, dating this girl with this kind of personality, it really sucks because now Kazuya and I think Mizuharu really urged Kazuya into the wrong decision. I think Kazuya doing what he's going to do was the right decision. And I said it because, think about it. Is this no different than the whole grandmother situation they're in and the whole snowball effect that's going on there? Mizuharu has had a chance to tell her own grandmother. She has not. Mizuharu has had a chance to tell Kazuya's friends after the whole fairy incident. She decided to say, I'm happy to be your girlfriend. Kazuya, he's had a chance to tell his grandmother. He's had a chance to break it off. Episode 2, let's go back to that. Kazuya, he finally, said what he needed to say to his friends. He's pushing that direction. Once again, Mizuharu reeled it back in. So whenever you look at this, Mizuharu is really essentially just as much to blame as Kazuya. I mean, I wonder why that is. What's her motivation? What kind of ideas does she have in her head? Why is she doing what she's doing totally? I mean, she could break up with Kazuya and, of course, get a new boyfriend and so on and so forth. Her grandma hasn't just said she's head over heels necessarily for them and couldn't, stand them not dating. That's Kazuya's grandma. That's Kazuya's grandma, supposed to be the broken-hearted person. So I ask this. Why do you truly stay, Mizuharu? Why do you truly stay? If you answer that question, I think she wouldn't be able to give me an answer. I think she'd avoid the problem in her question as she is already in the show. So, but with that being said, guys, as always, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.